I stupidly damaged this cover, this glove box cover on this 2007 fxho. I wanted to remove the sticker, the safety sticker that was mounted over here, because it was just all tore up from the sun anyway. And my dumb ass decided, hey, I'm just going to use carburetor cleaner on there. Well, yeah, I should have known that. I know carburetor cleaner melts plastic. So you see what the net result is. It made runs, it did all kinds of shit. So it's a little bit a texture. I mean, I can feel just a tiny bit of texture in there. So what I'm going to do to get rid of that, I cleaned it off really well, soapy water cleaned off, and we'll use a heat gun to try to melt that. Basically, it's chemically melted plastic is what that is. That will not come off. So I could take 1,000 grit sandpaper, I believe, smooth that down. I may do that as a next step just to get it nice and smooth, and then heat melt it. But first we'll just try the heat gun and see what happens. So the tool for the job today is the Harbor Freight Tools Warrior. I'll start over here on this section. It's be hard to video and concentrate on not melting this hood altogether. You gotta be careful with the amount of heat you apply here. So it's pre-warmed this little area here. It's kind of a quicker pattern. And then brush strokes. If you notice one area not changing as rapidly as the next as you come by with your brush strokes, probably want to stop and maybe preheat that area a little bit better. Looks like it's going to work. So afraid of bubbling this plastic lid though. Again, if you bubble it, you can try to use sandpaper to back your way out of that error. Let's see. Whatever you do to one part, you have to do to the whole thing, because otherwise it won't be uniform. So we'll go across the entirety of it after we're done fixing my melt job here, my chemical melt. I want it to just start to get a little bit shiny. Very careful with that heat. It's definitely 1,000 times better already. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll just stop there. What I'm unsure of at this point is if I continue to melt this, will it just shine it up or not, like it does on some of the other plastic components, such as this back row right here. I just finished this one, did a video on this. You can heat this up until you get a gloss, and it just dries to matte. It'll take away that sun fade look. So that's what gave me the idea to get rid of this. It's definitely not perfect. This thing should be shiny. So it would benefit if I took, I believe if I took like 600, 800 grit, maybe even 1,000 grit sandpaper, and just did a light sanding of the main area. There's a texture up here, so I wouldn't want to hit that with a sandpaper. That would ruin that. But maybe tape it off along this line and sand that first, and then hit it with the torch. I believe it would all shine up a lot better. But as far as my purposes go here, for what I'm trying to achieve, I'm just trying to get this one ready for sale. That's definitely better than it was, and I'd say acceptable. Oops.